Yeah, this is Paul. Yeah, I'm just sitting here. I didn't sleep as good as I would have liked to have slept. Yeah. I had a saliva issue last night. I woke up and it seemed like I had a large amount of frog saliva in my mouth. Oh, almost as if somebody had my saliva glands. Yeah. You ever had too much saliva? When I was little, I was maybe 3 or 4 years old, and I was at my grandmother's house, and I made bubbles out of my saliva. Yeah. And I tell you, it's a certain type of saliva that you can actually blow a bubble with. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that's what I woke up with in the middle of the night. It was like, I don't know, maybe 3, 4 o'clock. I can't remember exactly what time it was. Yeah. But I got to thinking about how saliva has different consistencies. Yep. And I know bubble making saliva because it's elastic. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I got to thinking, there were those that had got involved in what I would consider frog DNA. You ever seen a bullfrog blow a bubble before? Yeah. And let's say you were, lizarded, for lack of a better explanation. You thought, well, I'm going to just use frog DNA so that I can blow bubbles with my saliva. But I had seen certain movies in the past where it seemed like there was an overabundance of saliva. Ooch. Those in the synagogue of Satan, they had this bagging system where they would be on somebody making an adult movie. Oh. And it could have been that they took the saliva, the mouths of those in the adult industry. Yeah. And I have mentioned in different videos or emails, I said, well, I'm going to need to know all the bags. I got to have the bags. there was a there was a certain actress and I that resembled, oh my word, how are you today? Christy and Shannon and Portia. When I left the house this morning, I was thinking of Portia. Ooch. Let's say you're a volunteer and you might have grown up in a trailer park or the projects or one of these low income housing units, subsidized housing. And you notice that every month your parents ended up spending all that money on lottery tickets. Yeah. And somebody approached you and said, well, you could be a model, okay? You could be beautiful. Or you could be making movies and be a very famous actress. Now, I just need to know the actual incomes of every woman and every man that has starred in every adult film for the last 30 years. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Not good. Really not good. Now, I know you make big money when you're in those adult movies. As I remember it, maybe 5, 6 years ago, there was quite a bit of corn being eaten. And I just want to know, they say there's like some sort of a disclaimer. You can find the files of the actual identities of being over 18 and now, could you hold for just a second? Yeah. My thought was that I asked for some volunteers that had what I would call trailer park programming because of the utilities used. Yes. That happened to have a compulsion to want to buy scratch tickets. Yep. That could have been famous in certain films. And I'm just going to need to know the incomes of all of those in the adult industry and who was it that had to be on them that had to frog their saliva. Yeah, he's going to need to know that. Now, it could be that I might need about 1,000 Porsches, too. What? Or they've got to have something to drive if they volunteer, consider their racist programming. Yes, 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 they've got to have something to drive. They've got to have something to drive. Now, if you could get me the actual Porsche ownership of every Porsche for the last 40 years, I'd like to know how many lawsuits have owned a Porsche or do own a Porsche at this very moment. Somehow I think the frog saliva that was in my mouth when I was sleeping resembles the frog saliva of those in the adult movie business. Now give me every bag of every actor and actress and all of those that are involved in Seymour. It might be that some of the same technology in that industry, is the technology used in the racist programming of those that have gambling problems. Now give me their incomes for the last 40 years.